In honor of Black History Month, we want to celebrate Black Canadian designers who are leaving their mark on the fashion world.
So today we are tipping our hat, so to speak, at Dameion Royes, CEO and founder of Brimz Official. Welcome to your morning.
Thank you very much, guys. Happy to be here.
Listen, I've seen your storefront for many, many years, so great to have you here at our place.
Wonderful to be here.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about the history, because you've built this incredible brand. You ship globally.
We do.
And yet so much of the business is personal interaction, building those personal relationships. Because I'm guessing once you have a client in the door, they stick around with you for a while.
Absolutely. It's all about service, and it's all about understanding what the client really needs and delivering on that and going the extra mile. Sometimes you might have to spend hours on end working through the processes, but once you get it right, that's why they come back.
Listen, when you started doing all of this, like almost 20 years ago now, hats were not as popular as they are now. Why get into hats?
Well, you know, at the time, Toronto was always a hat city. There was an old hatter by the name of Sammy Taft who apparently created the hat trick in hockey. Did you know that?
I did not.
So I met Sammy's son at one point in my career, and what I realized in general was that you'd have a lot of clothing stores, but you wouldn't have the hat stores. So there is a vacuum in the marketplace, and we were able to fill that need and that void, and we became known for what we do, which is put great hats on heads.
But I got to ask, when did you you do it so well? It's got to come from a place inside you that just loves this stuff. When did you fall in love with hats?
It comes from a soul.
Yeah,
it definitely does. And I was lucky enough to meet an old hat maker in Toronto by the name of Louis Alexikos. He was Greek, and he learned to make hats as a young boy in Tripoli, Greece, at 13 years old. So he helped and.
So you apprenticed with him?
I did for a short period, and then he ended up working for my company, Big It Up, in the early days. So I learned a lot from Louis.
All right, I want to walk people through some of the hats that you've brought here. And I'm going to leave this up to you. Like, what makes this hat special? Who would love this hat?
So this hat we call the code. Obviously, it has the 416 area code. Mm-hmm. There's been a lot of civic pride in Toronto, you know, over the last, I would say, decade. And we've been lucky enough to be on the forefront of that wave. So this hat is the 416 code. We always dress them up a little by putting extra little details on the interior.
Nice.
So each hat will have its own specific interior. It's a leather classic ball cap, so anyone who loves ball caps and wants it a little dressier will go for this particular hat, especially if you want to rep the 6.
So I gotta guess that, you know, if I walk into your store and I want one of these hats, I can just get this, buy it, and leave. But
you can.
But then I gotta guess that there's certain hats that require a lot of time and consideration.
Absolutely.
So what's the longest you've spent on working on a single project for somebody?
I've spent hours working on hats for Lauryn Hill.
You'd have to.
Absolutely. She requires more specialized attention because her mind is just so vivid. She actually made me a better artist. Really? You know, they push you beyond your comfort zone. It's like a great coach, but that's how you learn, and that's how you become great. They take you into another universe, and that's the magic of working with those beings.
Well, so let's go back to the actual hats we have here.
So this particular one, this is Toronto in Japanese katakana. My girlfriend's from Osaka, so she helps me with these designs.
Oh, that's great.
So I benefit by having that expertise on hand. This hat became extremely popular this year. We call it our Dino Savage, and basically it's to represent our raptors here in the city. Yeah. It's more like a Jurassic Park kind of thing. A lot of the kids love it, and we find adults are loving it as well.
That's awesome.
The beauty is we have our own embroidery machine, so we can customize any color beanie that you like with any color dino on it. And so that's part of the magic of what we do. The little lightning bolts here that you see on the front, we call it our power. And power for me is all about tapping into your own intrinsic strength or that higher power above. Sure. A lot of the sports players that we come into interaction with, like the Austin Matthews, the Serge Ibaka's, they all love the power hat. When we have opportunities to work with athletes from out of the country, international athletes, they're always asking for the power
That's
logo.
the one they want, huh?
Always, always.
So I hear that one of the most expensive hats you've worked on was for an NBA.
Carmelo Anthony.
Melo wanted
He wanted a beautiful one. It was a beaver felt. And of course, he put his own twist on it. Immediately as he got it, he wrapped his bandana around it and put it on with his blazer jacket and was gone.
And Cardinal's been a big fan, right?
Cardinal has. I've made some really special hats for Cardinal over the years. Really special.
Speaking of special hats, I mean, I love him and I love that hat on him. These are beautiful. I saw you brushing these with great hair earlier.
this we call the Boss, and it's been one of our favorite styles over the years. So
I
this
feel
has
like I could rock the
You
Boss.
actually can. Let's try it on you.
I
This
try
might
that?
be a little large, but let's see how it fits. And so, did you know that hats, especially
Let me see it.
fedoras,
Yeah,
became
right.
famous with women in the 1882s?
I feel like a boss in this hat, Tim.
You are a boss. So the magic of this hat, this has a flange brim where the brim is upturned.
Okay.
And it's the more contemporary way of wearing it right now.
this back
but
here.
you can also do this.
I was going to point out that the
I'm gonna
flange
do
has an
this.
upturn.
Oh, yeah. So you can snap it down. It has what we call
Oh,
a
look
snap
at that.
brim
Very
as well.
old Hollywood.
Voila, there
Very
you
old
go.
Hollywood.
I love this hat.
And so the person that made fedoras famous to begin with was Sarah Bernhardt, who was a French
Yeah.
actress. She starred in the play Fedora, Princess Fedora. And that's how the fedora came about.
We only have a few seconds left, so let's come on down here. And as we come down here, let me ask you, where do you take a brand like Brimz next? What's next for you?
So the beauty of Brimz is that we have a lot of international clientele. So for instance, you're touching what we call the power bucket.
Yeah.
This is
Nice.
again, I benefit from my girlfriend's designs. We work very closely with this one.
This one.
Look at turn the brim over, Ben.
Wait, flip. And make sure the camera gets it.
Yeah, here, look.
Yeah, look at all that.
Look at
So
that.
we get to work with the real estate of the
Oh,
hats.
I
That's
love
really
that.
We
cool.
get to do some really cool things with it. The embroidery work is impeccable.
Yeah. This is great. Congratulations. Thank you so much for coming in.
It's a pleasure.
It's really exciting to find somebody who loves what they do and is so good at doing it. Thank you so much for being
My
here.
pleasure,
All
Ben.
the best to
Thank you for having
Thanks
me.
so much.
Emery,
All
such
right,
a pleasure.
thank you so much. This is great.
Thanks for watching. If you like this, be sure to subscribe here.
And you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.